The natural and God-given right of self-defense is perfectly summed up by this exposition found in America's fundamental law, which regulates all civil government institutions. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Definitive, bright, unequivocal, and by no stretch of the imagination is the Second Amendment confusing. Let's look at the words of Jesus on this topic. Then said he unto them, He that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. The sword Jesus was speaking of was a military-grade weapon. It was a very effective, lethal weapon. We know Christ would never command something that is intrinsically sinful, so this command is clearly an act of love to protect one's life and the lives of others near him. Incidentally, this is also a duty delegated to Barack Obama and his entire executive team by the Constitution, a duty that he is grossly derelict of. Referring to anti-gun ownership laws and regulations, Obama stated the following.
We've talked about this after Columbine and Blacksburg, after Tucson, after Newtown, after Aurora, after Charleston.
This, of course, is a list of gun-free zones where law-abiding citizens were prohibited from carrying firearms. The only exception was the Tucson shooting, which was one of the only two public mass shootings dating back to 1950 that did not occur in a gun-free zone. Hence, the overwhelming majority of public mass shootings occur in places where guns are outlawed, and yet criminals disregarded those bans. Perhaps you may wonder why the president did not utter one word about the Oregon killer specifically targeting Christians at the Umpqua Community College. He instead ignored this and directed his malevolence against the rights of law-abiding gun owners who have brought public mass shootings in the past, like this one, to a grinding halt. On the contrary, victims and the families of this recent shooting, like Jesse Fitzgerald, brother of attack victim Cheyenne Fitzgerald, told the Daily Mail, "We're a pro-Second Amendment, pro-guns. My sister, my mother, my whole family, we're all in favor. We were even talking about it in the hospital, and none of us has changed our minds." The family also stated, "We need to be able to protect ourselves as a community and as a nation." Well, since the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and since the Second Amendment declares that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, then gun control measures are not law. Let me repeat that again. Gun control measures are not law. I believe Americans need to call on sheriffs and police officers to declare their intention to uphold the law by refusing to enforce these measures. Moreover, Americans should ask these same oath takers to keep the oaths they have sworn before God by actively protecting and defending us against those who would violate the law by seeking to enforce these vain enactments. This is because unconstitutional acts of legislatures are not law. This is Jake MacAulay with the Institute on the Constitution, bringing you the American view and our prayers for the families of this Oregon shooting. God bless you.